Let's go over what we did, okay, how we did. 415,000. Okay, that's what we sold. And that is the worst month since August of 2022. So 11 months has gone by where we had better months than that. So it's our worst month sales-wise since then. But compared to July 2022, that was actually 283K.
Consider the situation too.
Yeah. That month was a month where Bristol West went to 5K deductible, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Right? And that was like a beginning of like when we first felt like, wow, things are changing here. And that was, so compared to that, you know, just only a year ago, we still are doing a lot better than where we were last year. All right, so what are some positive things you guys would say about the last month? So,
I feel like I learned how to do a bunch of these contingency stuff that everything was getting rejected for. Like everything kind of got everything straightened out.
Okay, great, yeah. It's definitely a learning curve. Anytime something changes, we have to adapt and understand how things work. And I feel like really showed our ability to adapt has been challenged. And I feel like it's good practice because this isn't going to be the last time there's going to be challenges. You know, so I think it really makes a big difference because everybody has a different level of adaptability. Some people can adapt fast, some people can't, but we all want to adapt faster. And that's a good point. What's something else that we feel like we kind of learned from this month or got better at?
Customer service.
Customer service, yeah. Thank you, Jeanette. Absolutely. So that was a major problem that we had. And from the 1st of July to July 31st, I think we made a huge difference there. Okay. So even though it wasn't a great sales month, I feel like looking back, we developed new systems, we developed new comps plans. I talked about it every single week in meetings. I feel like we came a really far away. And even though the sales numbers don't look that great, I still, in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, this month probably is going to be something that's going to help us in the long run because we kind of got our focus, we kind of got our, you know, our priorities a little bit more straight, and we spent a lot of time working on that kind of stuff. That's really where my attention was, and I really want to thank you guys for responding in a ways that I'm really pleased, to be honest with you guys. A lot of you guys have really bought in, been on the phones more, take care of the voicemails, filled out forms, and I feel like that's something that I'm very encouraged to see. So here's our game plan. So July, what we did was I increased our customer service like we talked about. Now what's our focus now? Life, okay. So customer service is a tough job. We got it. I mean, it's still an evolving thing and we're still working on that. But now it's life, and I think that's also another tough job because it has to do a lot with like developing habits. But just like customer service, once we can have a good culture of that, and once we have those right habits, life insurance, I'm sure we're going to be able to get it down too. You know, I'm a little bit in a rush. There's a little bit more urgency, but I just know that it's just a matter of time that we'll know how to ask for life too. Just like I had to get you guys to ask for referrals. That took a couple months, and now you guys are doing it all the time. Now we're going to just switch that. Hey, let's talk about life. That's kind of our focus for August. And then just to give you guys a sneak peek, if everything goes well, as far as customer service is still good, and then our life numbers are good enough where we're getting 18 per quarter, then I'd like to move on to something else, hopefully by September. First thing first, customer service, make sure our life's numbers up, and then I want to get back to marketing, different lines of products, or maybe auto, who knows whatever it is, but I want to get back to getting leads, new leads, and getting our sales numbers back up again. But first thing first, taking care of a couple things. All right, so we took care of the customer service. I feel like we're doing better there, so let's see what we can do in August for writing life. All right, so this meeting we're gonna get into the winners as we always do, and then we're gonna play the infinite game, and I want to talk to you guys about what that's all about. But before we talk about the winners, I want to acknowledge our work anniversary for August. We only have one, but it is a big one for us because on August 3rd, it was Diana's 3-year anniversary. Let's get up for Diana. So what do you remember from when you first started?
Sitting next to you. For a long time.
Seemed like a long time. It probably wasn't.
I think it was like a month.
All right, well, I remember it was like in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
Right? I think it was very smart of you to figure that, hey, jewelry sales, that's what you were doing, so you had a sales background. and there's a lot of people aren't going to be buying jewelry when there's a pandemic going on. So you were looking for something that was more stable, and recession-proof. So you came in here. The only thing is that you knew you wanted to do sales, but then the way that it works here is that you have to start from the bottom. And that's what you did. We did customer service, and we had a very smooth process of getting licensed, actually. And now 3 years later, she's a bona fide, insurance sales agent. So very happy to have Diana with our team. One more time for Diana. All right, and then we have our winners for 2023. Let's start off with the most hours worked. 85% was overall, so that wasn't a great attendance month for us. What's new? I think back in like June, attendance was going to be my main thing, but I was like, okay, I'm going to take a back seat. I wasn't say I was going to do all this like disciplinary stuff, but I was like, okay, we're going to take care of the customer service. But attendance is something that we really need a little bit more work on, but we don't really have like solid rules yet. But I just do want to still acknowledge and really shout out the ones that are doing a great job, because we have Jaylini here at 95%. Great job. Really, as always, Jaylini up there. Genesis at 97%. America at 98%. And then, you're going to be clapping a lot if you guys do that. For the first place finisher, we have Enrique at 98%. Again, he's a year-to-date leader at 102%. Still hasn't called off. He still hasn't had any unexcused absences, and that's kind of what we really needed from someone that's, new. Is someone that's professional, shows up to work, always on time, and even takes some Saturdays. And really, that's all I can ask for. So great signs there for him to show, what being a professional is all about. All right, most payments made. All right, so we went to the Keep form for the first time this month, and we have third place Genesis with 49, Mari with 57, and the first place finisher goes to Eva with 59. Let's give it up for Eva. This is her second month in a row, and last month she won it with 130 payments. Okay, this month she won it with 59. So what does that show you guys? A lot of you guys took payments this month. All right, it got really spread out, which is exactly what I want to see, is more people on the phones picking up calls. Even if you took 10 or even if you took 20, it really helped everybody out. So that's exactly what I want to see. And even though those 50 cents, $10, $5, those still add up, because I ended up paying $1,176 just for payments. Eva earned $189 with the payment contest of $150. That's $339 she made. I also want to give it up for Mari, who made $159, and then Maria, who made $125 of payments. So really happy to see how that worked. Kind of what I wanted to design it to do is to reward people for the small things, but the small things do add up. Most phone calls. Diana, 703. Linda was 710. America was 736. Now this is outbound and inbound combined. Okay. Genesis with 892 calls, a lot of calls there. And the first place finisher for most phone calls goes to Eva with 957. Let's get it up for Eva. Now she was first in inbound calls, so she's the one picking up the most inbound calls. Other people in the top 3 for inbound is Mari and Genesis. And for the outbound calls, who's making the most outbound calls, calling people out? That's probably your sales, right? You're trying to follow up with them, get deals done. We had third place with Enrique, second place Jazz, and the outbound number 1 was America. So let's get it for the outbound callers too. Most phone hours. Mari with 58 hours. This is big numbers. Diana with 59 hours. Genesis was 66 hours on the phones. I think some months that would have been number 1. Linda was 76 hours. And the first place finisher for most phone hours goes to someone that had an incredible amount of hours on the phone. 89 hours on the phone. Let's get up for America. So that's the most ever anyone has done in 1 month. She's also the year-to-date leader. And I've always, we used to sit next to each other, so I used to chat with her sometimes. But nowadays, I try to go there and I can never talk to her. She's always on the phone. So incredible numbers there, 89 hours. Highest closing ratio. Now, closing ratio is a little difficult category now because just the way it is with the waiting period and all that stuff. So if you're doing over 10%, you're doing something good. Maria with 10%, Jason 10%, Jazz at 11%, Diana at 13%. Top three, Laura at 15%, Linda at 16%, and the first place finisher for the highest closing ratio. This might surprise everybody because it goes to Jamie at 17%. You did? Why?
I was doing it, I was like, Jamie.
You thought so?
Yeah.
Okay, wow. Jamie didn't think so. Well, I think one of the things when you're new in sales is that you cherish every opportunity you have. Sometimes when you get a lot of leads and you can't follow up with them as closely because you're getting so many, but when you're brand new and you have an opportunity, you're trying everything you can to sell. And I also do think that, there's a little bit of baseline of where people start off with as far as intuition of what gets the sales done. So it's a very good forecast of what's possible for her and Linda too, because 16%, both new in sales, they have a good start in closing ratio numbers, and just have to combine that with consistency and work ethic, and it is a great sign for things to come for Jamie. All right, best month ever. We only have one person that got it this month. Who do we have?
Genesis.
Oh, yeah.
Let's give it up for Genesis at 10,000. It was by just as close as you didn't get it. You got it that close too, by like a few $100s. But still, it's your best month ever, and it's only your second full month. So to get to 10K, I should have made it a bigger deal. To get to 10K on your first month is a pretty good sign there, because 10K is always your first goal. But to do it 2 months in a row, it's pretty amazing. A good start to your career. So yeah, impressive stuff. Great. All right. Now we have third place most sales. Let's give it up for Kalia with 38,000. Congratulations. So this is 3rd month in a row for Kalia here. Okay. And she's averaging 54K for the year now, and making a stand there of cementing that spot there. So great to see consistency of finishing in the 3rd place spot there for Kalia. 2nd place most sales, we have, no surprise here, let's get it for Jasmine with 62,000. Congratulations. So she's averaging 76K for the year. But still, so getting that number, okay, and I think one of the things that you guys are gonna get a little peek of maybe is just, next level, what's next for Jazz and Laura, so we'll talk about that in a little bit too. Great month. And then for the Hustle Award, we have 3 very solid nominees. Genesis with 97% attendance, 2nd in phone calls, 3rd in phone hours. Mari with 92% attendance, 6th in phone calls, 5th in phone hours, and then America with 98% attendance, 3rd phone calls, 1st in phone hours. Let's get up for America. You don't even stand up. You should grab her. Yeah, she had an incredible month because her sales number was at 29.9999K, so close to getting to 30K, which is very difficult, but puts her in the top 4 in sales. So that's already a big number there. 2nd in attendance. When it comes to attendance, from January to July, all year long, she's averaging 100%. Only her and Enrique are the ones that have perfect attendance for year to date. That's a big something to be extremely proud about. Made the most outbound calls. And really the number that really stood out to me with the Hustle Award was a kind of an easy one this month, was because the 89 hours on the phone. I got the average of everybody on the phone, and that was double over the average. So that's like 2 employees for 1. So the 89 hours really stood out. And when it comes to just hustling and working hard and being consistent and dependability, America is a perfect example. So very well-deserved award for America last month. Great job. Now the category for Life Agent of the Month, it wasn't that much competition for this one. 3rd place, we got nobody. 2nd place, we got nobody too.
That's Alexis.
Oh, Alexis.
Yeah.
He's
This-
the one.
Yeah, I think they don't want
The sad thing is we didn't have a single referral. Okay, we had some referrals from last month that closed, But we didn't have like a referral, like someone asking for life and went to an actual submitted app. So I'm offering $100 for a referral, and we didn't get any. So that's something we're definitely gonna see change. First place finisher does go to Alexis with 2. Let's get it for Alexis. Another thing I do want to give him a shout out for is that he did set up Maria's referral from the previous month, and he sold himself a policy. Okay, there's no like bonus or credit for that. Just because he believes in the product. Okay, and I think that's very important when you sell something is that you want to believe in the product. And he sold himself a policy. He went to the physical. He wants to see what it's like, and I think that's going to really help him in the long run, understanding what the physical is like, what the process is. And I think it makes a big difference. And I've seen it over and over again. The people that really buy insurance here, as long as the rates are fair, are the ones that really do, and studies have shown this. If you really believe the product that you are offering to the clients, like if you have it yourself, does definitely help. So way to go, Alexis, for doing that. All right, CSR of the month. This is going to be a big category here. We have some great candidates. Genesis at 41. Maria with 42. So big time job over there in that corner there. Maria and Genesis as taking care of customer service, filling out those forms. This is all it is. How many forms was filled? I didn't necessarily say, okay, if it's a decrease, it's less worth more. If no change, it's worth more. It's just I just went off activity. Okay. So the agent, and then every single one of these forms was audited because sometimes people were doing like cancellation forms or like just saying like just stuff that wasn't changed, but just filling out the form just because it's just learning, not mistakes, but just learning to understand what qualifies as a change or not. These are actual transactions that actually resulted in a change. Okay. So we audited, every single one of these were audited, and the first place finisher does go to Mari with 48. Let's get up for Mari. So this is her second month that she's won this award. This month, I should say, there's going to be a $500 bonus for this award
I'm
here.
gonna be fighting for those.
Was it life too? There's 500 too.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot to mention that. So let's be fighting for those too.
We're fighting for them.
Let's do it. Okay, 92% attendance. She's third on the whole month. I mean, she's third for the whole team for the year to date. So it's Enrique, America, Mari. So exceeded. A lot of the award winners are ones with great attendance. She's also training Jackie. Okay, she's also taking the late shift too. And thanks to her development, I'm starting to feel a little comfortable leaving sometimes a little early now. I'm not the last one to leave anymore, so I really appreciate her for that, for trying to give me a little bit more work-life balance. Second in payments, third in inbound calls, okay, third in most phone hours. So just really stepping it up, I just feel like she's somebody who really understands what the need of the agency is. She the need was customer service. And she was like, okay, got it. I'm gonna do customer service. Not a need is life insurance. She's like, okay, the team needs life insurance. I'm gonna try my best with life insurance. So whenever you understand what the need of the agency is and try to deliver your best for it, that's what you get value from, and that's what makes her valuable. So let's get up one more time for Mari. All right, and then lastly, I didn't have to pass these on, huh? Yeah. The agent of the month, we have, with no surprise here, let's give it up for 6 years in a row now, every single month for 6 years. Let's get up for Laura. Congratulations. It's like stand up, grab it, that's it. All right, so Laura's month was unique because she took a very well-deserved 1 week vacation to Cancun. So that was, very happy to see her be able to do that. But still, and she's done this every year, still have enough sales to be the agent of the month, which is incredible. So because of that 1 week, 67% attendance. But when you calculate that, because of the hours that she didn't work, but still getting this much sales, her per hour production was incredible because she made $78 an hour last month. And we talked about it recently, but as I start feeling, maybe you guys saw a little glimpse of it, extra stress with all the responsibilities I have, things are starting to wanting to disperse them a little bit. Okay. It started with Mari with, customer service manager. I want to have like a head of training, head of recruiting, head of social media, and head of attendance calculations and head of discipline and stuff like that. It's just so I could kind of like do a little bit less. Like I think I want to do more creating ads and updating Keep systems, okay, to generate more leads and building out the systems and stuff like that. I'm not really that great at like, calling people out when they're late or, stuff like that. And then I also do a lot of, life insurance, illustration prep. And I also, we need more managers, I guess. So Laura and Jasmine are ready for that step. We're going to be making some announcements pretty soon. So you guys better be nice to them because they're probably not going to be as nice as I am. Well, but it's going to be something that's very excited for both of them because it's like a natural progression of how your career develops is you start proving that you can do it yourself, and the next level is to motivate others and to manage and motivate others too. So I'm really excited about their progress and really want to let them know that I support them with their journey as their career progresses, and leadership is going to be the new focus. Not focus, but also part of their responsibilities. And I know they'll do a great job, just like they've done everything else they've done here so far. So let's get up one more time for Laura for Agent of the Month. All right, so congratulations again to all the winners. This month I want to talk to you guys about the game that we play here, or just the game in general.